Can this bitch fuck off my desk? Please and thank you, you're being very annoying. Seriously, I'm gonna get the taser in a minute on you. Thank you. Fuck off, you piece of wank. Who are you? Please fuck off. Jump off the bridge, you silly dosser. That should be saved. So now if we do this, it should work, right? Hello, Vaseline Cock. Says the thumbnail's on. So let's go over here. And let's see. Can you not check if the thumbnail's on for me, please, lads? Go away. Yeah, it says thumbnail's on. Can you go away? Go away. Go away. Thank you. What? Snooze. Cheers, Vaseline Cup. We'll be starting soon, just gotta do a few things, and then we're ready to go. I'm by myself, round 4. I don't know anything about how this is gonna go. I've got a massive pain in my stomach. So, this is gonna be a long stream. I'm in pain. Let's do that. Let's go on Twitter. Just getting the social media posts out. At Le Mans, can we do 20? No, it's 15 minutes quality we're doing. But it's 15 we're having. I'm gonna bypass the thing I've just seen on Twitter as I go onto the account to do the social media posts. Don't do what Online Cruiser said. Ignore that message, but Cruiser has said. Ignore it. Don't. Do not. Oh, mate. I'm not feeling very good today, guys. I am actually in pain. I'll be right back. Just need to go check something, chap. Ninen's actually getting food, you fucking mong. Ninen takes too long to have a shit. Right. Just trying to find everything that's needed. I think we're ready to go. Alright. No backsies. Hello, Geo. Ninen's actually eating for once. Ninen never eats. Well, Stroud, let's get an Interlagos. Interlagos. Corner names, because I don't know the corner names here. This is one of 2 circles on the calendar. I don't know corner names. But anyway, qualifying for the Division 2. Right, fuck. Are you gonna work? Give me a good camera, thank you. Right. Things to know today. Juice Realm was always quick. There's a big train as everyone spirals through the middle sector. It's very short, that pit. It's only 2.6 miles, which is around about 4 kilometers. The B&R boys are going to want a better day today than they had last week. Vassman and Vasslincock, the 2 Vs, excuse me, didn't have a good. They did not have a good race last week out. It was promising, then there was a bit of a bottle somewhere down the line. There was a bit of a strategy error, and now hopefully they're going to improve on that. So let's see. Vassman will be the first. It's also going to be interesting in terms of the stocks. It's a short run down to turn 1, but no one's going to be left behind. So it is going to be the closest turn 1 we'll have all season, which is going to be interesting for Div 1 tomorrow. So there's less importance on qualifying. Qualifying's still important, but it's not as bad as like being stuck a few turns back. Vassman, he's got a bit of clean air as he makes his way down as he makes his way down towards turn 4. I'm just trying to make sure my keyboard's working. Yeah, it is. So Vassman, he's got a bit of clean air. Online Cruiser, he's going to be stuck behind behind OTBC, so if they catch up, we've got a bit of a train hit. Juice from and Vistomethi, they're in there as well. So that's a bit of a group there. Noffelhonk's not close behind. Noffelhonk and Gossau, they're in some clean air, but I think the fastest stop we're going to see so far after the first round of laps is probably going to come from Vassman or down here, Mr. Osaka. So, 1 braking zone to go then for Vassman. Pushes the edge a bit there. Might lose about a 10th or so. He's now coming towards the line flat out. Brilliant overtaking spot here in F1. A long DRS zone all the way towards the Senna S's. The first 3 turns. So, 151.6 is the benchmark. Up next, OTBC, a 152. And Juice Rum, he actually goes provisional. He goes faster by just under a 10th there. So despite having a bit of traffic, I think the slipstream may have impeded him. See Shrengu 134.6, Gossau a 32.8, and Vasslincock a 32.8 as well. A 2.7 for Gossau and a 7.2 for Vasslincock, so it's quite tight between those two. But as the final cars are coming through, everyone's instantly into the pits, so they're not actually going round. It is a short track. You can get round and then just pit and go again. If he's got a penalty, he's going to have to serve that before the end of his lap. Brilliant livery by Drew Strong. I think that's the new livery he's got. As we're around about the halfway stage in this qualifying session already, so expect everyone to pit for fresh rubber this lap and then go again for the next one. Juice Realm is currently on provisional pole. Vassman, he was the first to actually finish his lap. He needs to find a 10th to improve, and he's got a half-second gap to OTBC, who's looking for another second place. He's had 2 seconds, and the 4th so far this season's run around 4 of Division 2. Kavak, he sets a 34.7, that puts him nowhere in the top 8. So, needs to find some time on that, and yes, Vassman in pits. So, the whole thing, if you're new to this, the pits, they do a lap, then they'll pit, they'll take the fresh rubber, but they don't take any fuel, so they'll have a lighter car, but better rubber. Online Cruiser, Juice Realm improves a bit. Online Cruiser, he also improves a fat chunk. Staying in Juice Realm Slipstream, you're going to gain a lot already. Gossel, he's looking for a good performance. He's missed a couple of rounds due to work and stuff. A 30-8 puts him into 6th. Bridges a gap between him and Vasily Cox, that wasn't that big. Online Cruiser stuck behind Juice Realm, not necessarily stuck. Juice Realm's always going to be faster as he goes 5/10ths up near enough, or 500ths up near enough. Being stuck in his slipstream, especially down turn 4 and towards turn 1, it's a big gain you can gain there. There's a good half a second being stuck in the slipstream around this track if you are good enough around it. I mean, when setting up this car as well, what do you do? It's very similar to Spa, fast final and first sector. So do you set up for high top speed, or do you go for the technical middle sector? It's a tricky one. And it comes down to the driving style and what do you prefer, because there's a lot of time to be getting in the middle sector. Do you want to lose it, or do you want to lose the time in the straights? And it's about, if you want to be quicker in qualifying, if you want to be quicker in qualifying, you'll go for the middle sector. But if you want to be quicker in the race, you'll go for the top speed, because then it's less chance of you being overtaken. Shrengu, he's needing some points. He's not scored yet, I don't think. He's going to round the final turn. He might pit. Juice Realm doesn't pit. Will he have enough time? Juice Realm may just cut it short. At the end of this, there'll be about a minute for Juice Realm. He's improving, but Vassman's now got fresh rubber and a lighter car. Juice Realm, if he pits for next lap, he won't be able to set another lap, I don't believe. I don't believe he'll have enough time, which, if he pits now, if he pits at the end of this lap, his qualifying will be done. See Mr. Osaka in the pits, he'll be out in time to do another lap. Vassman then on the run down towards turn 4. He's going to have the slipstream of Shrengu in front. That's going to be a big benefit of him. He's going to be thankful for that, I believe. He's currently, after the first sector, he's already 400ths up on Juice Realm. The fresh rubber and the slipstream being a big factor here. He's also got the lighter car. Juice Realm has the lighter car, but he just doesn't have the grip. Hopefully Shrengu gets out of the way, because now Vassman's losing time behind the Swiss driver. And he gets out of the way. That's very good for him, but Vassman is going to lose a bit of time there. But through this middle sector, the better rubber and the lighter car, the car a lot easier now on grip than the heavier. You know what I mean? Juice Realm, he's got the lighter car. He will have the same amount of fuel as Vassman, but on tyres, Vassman just has the advantage on tyres, and we'll see you coming up to the end of. He loses time there because of being stuck behind Shrengu. Now Juice Realm pits, so he'll be out again, but he will be on full fuel, I believe. No, he's got round in a minute there, I think. So, or around about, no, I misjudged my times. That is my bad. Juice Realm will be out again, so qualifying's not done for him. But around the final turn, Vassman, will he improve? No, he's actually lost time there, but he will have another lap to go. He's got another few laps actually that he could try and take here. OTBC, he improves a 130.8. That closes the gap between him and Vassman, and he goes into third, beating Online Cruiser. Online Cruiser in the pits, he will be out, and I don't think, he won't. Online Cruiser's qualifying is done. He won't be out in time, I believe. Looking at it, he won't have enough time to get around, so his qualifying is done. I'll rejoin you in a minute. Let's try and sort this out. There we go. So Juice Rome, he's coming through the middle sector now. He's on his out lap. There's a lot of traffic to contend with. He's got about a minute to get round. He'll just about get it done. So he's going to have the fresh rubber and the lighter car. So Juice Rome's on prime position. He did get round in time to go and get the fresh rubber. So, and he's been out doing consistent all laps, so his car's a lot lighter. Vassman, he's been impeded by Fister Meffy, who's down in last. It's not a good qualifying for him, whilst his teammate Online Cruiser's up in 4th. Round the final turn, man, I don't think this is going to be an improvement for Vassman, as he's had to contend with traffic, and it's not been the most ideal qualifying for him. He will take a second, I believe, but OTBC, he's in the pit, so his qualifying is done. Again, OTBC's a habit of pitting like this. Round the final turn, flat out, Vassman pit. So the only person now that can really challenge for pole is Online Cruiser. Will he get Online Cruiser? Will have enough time to start. Vaseline-Cock as well. He's someone who has a chance to take pole, but look at the fuel he's got. Not got a lot in it, I'd say. There's a heavy tank there that Vaseline-Cock's got. So Juice Rome, it's not certain that he's on pole. Online Cruiser, he's got a very light car, fresh rubber. He's going to have to find 7 tenths here. He's going to need a miracle lap, but it is possible. Down towards the first turn, or down towards turn 4. He's improving, but it's not purple. Vaseline-Cock, he improves, but that he takes a checkered flag, and he doesn't actually improve any position. So it's between these two now. Juice Rome, he's coming through the middle sector. Got half lap to go. Online Cruiser's just behind him. Fister Meffy, his Online Cruiser's teammate, gets out of the way there. He goes, he shouldn't lose that much time. But Juice Rome, is he improving? He's got, we'll see the next couple of turns as he ends the second sector. Let's see, what's the split time through sector 2? He's purple by half a second. Online Cruiser, he's only green by 2 tenths. Round the final turn, or final 2 turns then for Juice Rome. Past the pit exit, or past the pit entry as I should say. Can the Canadian take another pole position? This will be his 3rd pole position of the season. Round the final turn, across the line. That is surely pole. And the only person who can take it from him, Online Cruiser, doesn't improve enough. He stays where he is, and it's Juice Rome on pole for the 3rd time this season with a 130.7. Expect to see him in Div 1 next season. So in Juice Rome, he's on pole, and Vassman and OTBC, they had a premature end to their qualifying with them messing up their pit strategy a bit. They couldn't find much time, but Vaseline-Cock, he's not going to be that happy with a 5th place. But Online Cruiser, 4th. Best qualifying of this season so far for him. Noffel Honk in 6th as well. Gossow, he's not going to be happy down in 8th. And Fister Meffy, what happened with him? Down in 11th. Shrengu Kavik, they have a chance to get points this weekend. So this is going to be the most interesting turn 1 of the season so far, in my opinion. Let's find out then. Here's the grid. Juice Rome on pole, followed by Vassman and OTBC. Then Online Cruiser doesn't make it a battle. Online Cruiser is going to make sure it's not just a BNR Racing and a Can-Am Racing battle. West Motorsport is going to try to get themselves in there. As you see, Online Cruiser with the West Motorsport. So, 3 teams in the top 5. Let's find out then as they head towards turn 1. Juice Rome's on pole, followed by Vassman, then OTBC and Online Cruiser make up row 2. Vaseline-Cock and Noffel Honk share the 3rd row of the grid. Then Mr. Osaka, first race of the season for him, as they head down towards turn 1. Then there's going to be a massive slipstream chain. It's a short run down towards turn 1. So Juice Rome, he holds his lead. Vassman, OTBC, Online Cruiser. Vaseline-Cock closes up to the back of Online Cruiser. Mr. Osaka as well down towards Noffel Honk. He might fancy his move, but there's a bit of contact at the back though. Shrengu and Fister Meffy have a bit of a coming together, and they're going to drop right down the order and lose a lot of time. Juice Realm towards turn 1. He's already got a second lead. That's a brilliant exit through these center S's. Online Cruiser further back. He takes a bit of a wide line through turn 4. Mr. Osaka wasn't close enough for a move on Nofahonk, and Shrangu and Fistomefi. They're already a few seconds off the back of this slipstream train on the end of lap 1 because of that contact. 1.2 seconds is the gap already pulled out by Juice Realm, as he's looked pretty much unstoppable other than at round 2 where Gaston took the win with the massive internet connection problems that he had that weekend. OTBC, well, overtaking spots whilst dry on the first lap. So far so good, everyone's been quite clean, it's a nice slipstream train. No one's really gone for any stupid moves other than lap 1, where Shrangu and Fistomefi had a bit of a coming together. But overtaking spots, turn 1, turn 4. Expect some good battles at through turn 1, 2 and 3 for center S's. A notable moment, 2018. Max Verstappen and Esteban Ocon and F1 had a coming together there, whilst Esteban Ocon tried on lapping himself on the Dutchman. Online Cruiser, he's already fallen off the back of the top 3, and now Vaslinkov's going to try and go around the outside of turn 1. We've said it's already going to be an interesting spot as they try to go side by side. The inside line for Online Cruiser, he just about gets it. Vaslinkov looks for a move into turn 2. Can't quite find the space, he's going to have to wait for turn 4, but he's fallen off there a bit. There's going to be a bit of a gap, so he's going to have to wait his turn for the next time round. Is there a chance that Nofahonk can get himself into the battle? I don't think so. Further back, Gossau's under pressure from Mr. Osaka. Mr. Osaka pulls to the inside. He's going to have that move done. Gossau, though, is not going to let it go easily as Mr. Osaka goes deep, and Gossau retakes that position with the switchback. That's brilliant from the American in that Toyota F-Type, or F-Type 1, I believe it is. Maybe getting that mixed up with the Jaguar. The end of, so far, so good for Juice Realm. 2 seconds and near enough is the gap. OTBC is going to try and get another 1-2 for the Can-Am Racing boys. He's going to try and find his way through Vasman Vassa. Vaslinkov's got a second slowdown penalty, and Online Cruiser holding him up means Vassman's not going to have any help from his teammate. So, if OTBC keeps poking at Vassman, that will enable Juice Realm to pull away, which is helping his teammate. And if Vaslinkov gets stuck behind Online Cruiser, as Online Cruiser cuts the corner a bit there, as Vaslinkov goes very wide, Vassman's kind of stuck in no man's land. He's going to be quite lost. He's by himself and going to be quite hopeless. So Vaslinkov needs to clear Online Cruiser pretty quickly to go and be able to help Vassman defend from OTBC, who's right on his tail near enough. It's not really on his tail, but there's a gap there. I think this is going to be a race of patience. We don't know much about the strategy. But Interlagos never fails to disappoint, in my opinion, especially in F1. F1 is a sport that can be quite boring nowadays. Interlagos always seems to lighten up. Div 2 can be quite boring at times, but let's see if Interlagos can sprinkle its magic on us today. So, as we are midway through the third lap, Juice Realm, he leads, and so far is looking flawless. 2.5 seconds is the gap. Vassman, he's now bridged the second gap between him and OTBC. Online Cruiser looking to close that 1 second gap that happened trying to defend from Vaslinkov, and Vaslinkov's fallen off a bit here. It'll also be interesting to see how the tyres and fuel do. I think the closest battle we're going to have so far is Mr. Osaka, who's actually got himself past Gossau. And, well, it's another West Motorsport boy as well, Mr. Osaka. He's making his debut, I completely forgot. But he's going to look for some fun round here. Gossau, though, Gossau's not going to give him all of the points. Gossau is going to be there, and Gossau's going to try and take at least 2 points. Gossau's told me he's aiming for a top 5 this season. Gossau wants to finish top 5 in the championship this season, and sitting in 8th isn't going to do him any good. Kavak, he's 3 seconds off the back of Gossau, and no one's really close enough for any overtaking spots right now, as there's a lot of penalties coming in already for a lot of people as the pack, despite the close start, has thinned out massively. We've only actually had 2 overtakes, I believe, and that's Mr. Osaka on Gossau and Fistomefi on Shrangu. So far, quite boring. Strategy-wise, I do believe this is going to be the standard sort of GTEL 20-minute, every 20 minutes pit stop. The fuel's looking like it. The tyres, well, if the fuel's going to go, the fuel's going to go. You're going to have to pit. So, a believe 2 stop, soft, 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 pitting every 20 minutes. I wouldn't really try and go any longer, it will probably just impede you at the end of it. So the overtaking's really going to have to be done on track, because Vasselinkock seems to know that. He's trying to get through on Online Cruiser, and he's gaining through the middle sector, but you can't really overtake through the middle sector. It's not the best overtaking spot, as you don't get the big enough runs through the speeds. You can close right onto the back of them through the middle sector, but overtaking doesn't come easy in these GT3 cars. But he's only half second back, and it's a long run down towards turn 1. It's going to be tucked right into the slipstream. He's got a nice exit. So it's now just going to be a bit of a drag race. He's going to tuck into the slipstream, hopefully, which he does. Porsche versus Alfa Romeo. Who's going to do it? The gap is closing. Is it closing enough though in towards turn 1? I don't think it is, as Online Cruiser reaches the braking zone of Vasselinkock now. He's had one chance so far, and he's going to take a bit of the penalty off through the centre S's, and he needs a good exit through the centre S's and out of turn 3, but no, it's a really good exit from Online Cruiser. He gained 4 or so tenths through there that time round. Back at the front, Vassman, he's pulling a bit of a health lead now towards OTBC, and Jusram, well, nearly 4 seconds of the gap. He's well ahead. Gossal and Mr. Osaka both further back. They're sticking to each other's tails like glue. Neither one of them is going to want to concede that position. They're both very racy, and Fisto Murphy is going to try and make a comeback like his teammate did last week. We remember Online Cruiser's brilliant comeback from dead last to 6th last time as Vasselinkock. Very wide line, trying to get a better exit, get a better speed, and he actually does. He closes right onto the back. And is he going to be close enough into the final braking zone on the track? I don't think he is. He's 2 tenths back. Right onto the bumper. He's going to want a really good exit here, but the dirty air might impede him a bit. He only loses a bit of time, but he's a couple of tenths closer than what he was last time. So maybe we'll see a move from Vasselinkock. He's going to tuck into the slipstream. He's got that penalty to contend with, so that could cause a bit of ghosting issues. Let's even the gap. 2 tenths now. Still closing. So under a tenth. Is Vasselinkock going to pull out? Pulls out right for that second. Teases it, pulls back in. He's going to wait until the big run down towards turn 4. And he's staying right on the back. He's not losing as much time as he did last time. In fact, he's gaining. He's did a bit of a better exit than he did last time, where he lost a lot of time. And now, 2 tenths is the gap between him and Online Cruiser. He's tucking right in. The gap's coming down again, but he just doesn't have the speed into the braking zone. And Vasselinkock just struggles a bit there, down the straights. I don't think even in the slipstream, he's not really been able to drag race Online Cruiser. But Online Cruiser, he's got a second penalty, so that can impede him a bit. And this means Vasselinkock could actually feel a bit more comfortable with his penalty. He's got 4 tenths to serve a bit left, and he can just sit tight and just let that eat away for the next however long. Further back, Gossal seems to have got past Mr. Osaka, and Fistomefi, the gap between him and Kavuk, not doing much of anything. But Jusram, this is a beautiful livery from him. So, Jusram, I do believe next race he has the chance to take the Div 2 title at round 5. Across the line, he's got the fastest lap, 1:30.999. Just under a millisecond under the 31 second mark. OTBC's not closing on Vassman, but Vasselinkock further back is actually the inside line onto Online Cruiser. We've not even noticed that. An Online Cruiser, he got a bit sideways there coming through turn 2. He's going to be tucking into slipstream. It's been apparent that the Alpha's got the better straight line speed than the Porsche, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to go fight this move back. So we'll wait another lap, but Gossau and Mr. Osaka, they're not close enough to really go for a move here. An Online Cruiser might just be happy to sit behind Vasselinkock and just burn a bit of his penalty here, as they both are pretty much even on the penalty. And you see Online Cruiser, he's got it down to a very short margin now in the penalty kill. Or in ice hockey, it's called a penalty kill. An online cruiser, he's doing a very good job of killing that penalty he's got compared to Vasilinkov. With only 10 minutes in, it is a given that Vasilinkov will get rid of it, but further down the line, if Vasilienkov struggling to get rid of the penalty, it's apparent that penalties are coming quite quickly for a lot of the field. It's not looking good for Vasilinkov if he continues to rack up these penalties. Another chance for an overtaking move then as they head down towards turn 1. Online cruiser, the better straight line speed than that Alfa Romeo. Talking about slipstream as well, the gap's coming down a lot. Is he going to look for a late launch? No. He finds the gap actually is up. Vasilinkov goes and tries to serve a bit more of his penalty. Online cruiser, he gets rid of his penalty and Vasilinkov slows down again as he serves a bit more. He thinks he's got a bit of clean air, but now online cruiser can have the better run. Well, Vasilinkov, he thought he was safe there as he took a bit of time out of his penalty, and that could have been a catastrophic accident, and online cruiser just gives him the space. Vasilienkop's only got about a 10th now to serve of that penalty, but that almost ended in catastrophe for the German. The German and the Dutchman, the two border countries, I believe. Let's go find out. I know my geography, I should know this. Yes, border countries. Germany does border them. So there might be a bit of a rivalry here. Excuse me. And if these two do continue to fight like they have been, Noffelhong, he's only 2.5 seconds back. Now if these two are coming together, it could end badly. As half a tank's gone then, well, this is actually interesting for online cruiser. Actually, no, I'm not thinking right. My bad. Is he going to be close enough towards turn 1? No, no one is. He's going to give Vasilinkov the space, and he's going to get rid of yes. Vasilinkov gets rid of his penalty. He allows Cruiser to get onto the back of him. Vasilinkov takes a bit of a deep line. An online Cruiser, he catches the curb and almost spins it. He loses a lot of time there. We're going to see the gap between him and Noffelhong shrink massively, as this straight line speed down towards turn 4 is greatly impeded, and Noffelhonk's now got himself within slipstream range of the German. So Noffelhonk, if he has a few flying laps, that could be some quite helpful, as Gossau, he's bridged a bit of a gap between himself and Mr. Osaka, who has he the mistake, someone knows. Half of the fuel tank has gone for juice realm. Ideally you want to be pitting within the next 7 minutes. Although he may have a bit of fuel left. What we saw from the Div 2 guys last week was very... I'm gonna burn my fuel out, kind of. And don't do that. Take the fresher rubber. What they should do is just take the fresher rubber. Because if you take the fresher rubber, it's a bit... Take the undercut, as online cruisers is very close to the back of Vasilinkov. But take the undercut. Yes, you've not burnt all your fuel out, but refuel less. That will get you some time, as we see it in Div 1 with Ruben. That's his biggest strategy. An online cruiser, 2/10 is the gap as to go around the final turn, and Vassman, he's already pitted. Is he going for a free stop? It's going to be interesting to see what he does. He tried to do this last week, but we'll have to see where he comes out. The online cruiser, he's not close enough going down towards turn 1. Down towards turn 4, though, we'll have to see. He does even the same mistake. No, Noffelhong's well. He's going to be close enough. But it's a really good exit as he takes 2/10 out of that exit, and he's going to be took right for slipstream as they head down towards turn 4. In that Alpha then, online cruiser looking to retake 4th position. He pulls out to the inside, side by side in towards turn 4. Not quite. Vasilinkov pulls out and gets the speed eventually. As he goes very wide, Vasilinkov. That's not the best exit. He's going to give online cruiser space, and online cruiser now got the inside line as they run down towards turn 6. And Vasilinkov, he's a 1.5 second penalty for the track extension there at the end of turn 4. That's not good, that's not helpful, and these two battling, you see Noffelhonk in the background, it's only half a second now, off the back of online cruiser, and he's fancying himself getting into this battle here. But where has Vassman come out? Vassman quickly, he's come out in clean air, so Vassman's gone on to mediums, which is interesting. The fuel isn't really lasting to go 30 minutes, and this is an interesting strategy from Vassman, and I don't think this is going to really work out. As now online cruisers got to worry about Noffelhonk further back, as these two, 3 cars within a second and a half of each other, It's not the best exit for Vaslinkock, I don't believe. Well, actually, I'm looking at the wrong timing. Online Cruiser's now got to worry about Noffelhonk, who's quite close behind him. He's close to, he's in that Lexus. We'll have to see. Because Vaslinkock's actually pitted. So what's the B&R boys planning on here then? As tyre-wise, I think they're seeing that the tyres aren't lasting, so maybe a free stop is worth it. We'll have to see if Vaslinkock comes out in the mediums like his teammate. Oh, sorry about that. My apologies for the penalty, for the blinding there. Vassman is currently in 9th after he's made his first pit stop, weirdly to medium, so Vaslinkock, he's in the pit. He's not going to take as much fuel. If he's going for the free stop, fair enough. He comes out on mediums as well. B&R Racing, they are trying something new again. Oh dear. Why the medium? Maybe they're seeing that the tyres aren't working that well, maybe they're trying something else. I mean, they've got to do something different, but OTBC and Juicrom, how will they respond? I think Juicrom's just going to stick to his standard 2-stop. And OTBC, well, these Can-Am Racing boys, will Juice respond with a pit? No, he continues on, so I think he's going to stick to... the Old Faithful, and Noffelhonk, I think he's had a mistake somewhere down the line, and him and Online Cruisers, they've bridged a bit of a gap on Gossan. Now he's only 2 seconds off the back of Noffelhonk. I think we're seeing something very similar to what we saw, excuse me, in the Laguna Seca last week. Now, the fuel here is nowhere near as good as what it was at Laguna Seca, where you could last 2 stops on fuel with a tiny bit of fuel saving. It is not like that here at all. But what it is like, the tyres are nowhere near as good. Well, the tyres are very similar in the way that they're not that good as you're seeing here. They're not as bad as Laguna Seca, but the tyres are still suffering a lot, so I don't quite understand though, as Vassman has got past Fister Mephi, he is on the softs, or he's pitted, fair enough. Now the free stop just going on softs, I'd understand. But what is the plan going on to mediums? Because will the mediums be able to last and be effective? Because Vassman did this last time out, and it lost him second because the mediums just didn't last come the end of it, and he was completely spent, and that's how OTBC overtook him on the last lap. So, B&R Racing boys, have they hired the Ferrari strategist again for the 2nd race in a row? We'll find out as JD, Mr. Strategy, as he's known, as blue flags are out for Schrengo as OTBC. He wants very right at turn 4. That's most likely going to be a penalty. But JD, he says bad strategy, and when JD says it's a bad strategy, he's normally right. Lap 13 though. Juicer on 6 seconds, the gap to his teammate. As we approach the pit window for everyone doing the 2-stop, and I think Juicer come the end of the lap. He's got the fuel. Juicer burnt his fuel out till the end, which was interesting. Now with the people behind him pitting early, I would pit now if you stick to the 2-stop strategy, but don't try and push your fuel. They've got a big undercut, and they actually might gain a lot of time here. So, will Juicer pit? As he comes through the final turn, I would pit if I was him. He sticks to the inside line. I think he's angling for a pit lane. Yes, he goes into the pits. Near enough perfectly at the 20-minute mark. Will his teammate follow? OTBC. Oh, he quickly changes his mind there. Just about gets it done. And that might be a corner cut penalty to add on to what he's already got. Online Cruiser. West Motorsport then, they're going to come in as well. Noffel Honk, will he respond? No, Noffel Honk continues, so Noffel Honk's going to get undercutted here massively. Gossau, he's pitted, so Gossau could actually gain some time here. Mr. Osaka, the second for the West Motorsport boys, into the pits. Kavuk, he comes around the final turn. The lone Greek Wolf, he's into the pits as well. Vassman, he's going to take the lead, I believe. He's going to go into the professional lead. He's got the freshest tyres out of the lot at the front. As Kavuk's gone on, did Kavuk start on mediums? Well, will Kavuk take tyres? This is going to be interesting. So Kavuk might gain a few seconds here, not taking the mediums, but he's lost a lot of fuel. It's going to be a bit of a drag race here. Noffel Honk, he's into the lead. But where does you see on the inside there? Juicerom, it's a drag race, and Juicerom has pipped Vassman. So the mediums have not worked. Vassman's only just got past Juicerom, will come the end of it. But Vassman's not got the gap. These mediums have really not worked, has not done anything. As Juicerom, it's not going to take him long to get past Vassman, and this strategy, I don't know what to say here. Because if he pits at the 30-minute mark, which is in 8.5 minutes time, which if he's doing for 3 stops for the next scheduled stop, the mediums were pointless, and this is kind of what we saw Casey do at the Nürburgring and Laguna Seca. I think where he took medium, no, it was Dino, I think, but took the mediums and only went 10 minutes on them, which was quite pointless. OTBC, he's also further back. Noffel Honk, he's pits then. Vasselin Cox got past Fistamefi, we see there, and so does Cruiser. It's Fistamefi, he didn't pit, I believe. Gossau, don't know how much time he's going to gain. But let's quickly wait to see. I do want to see what's actually gone on. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Kavuk that started on the mediums. As Vassman's got himself a second slowdown penalty there. As Juicerom goes deep into turn 1. He loses 2 seconds there. As then Vassman, he's got another 1.5 second penalty from that. So what's gone on there? Gossau's got himself in 6th. Kavuk's taken fresh mediums and a full tank of fuel. That's... I don't know what he's really planned there then. Started on mediums and then took mediums. Bit of an interesting play by him. OTBC's got a half-second penalty and he can see his teammate up in the distance. But Juicerom, was there a coming together? I don't believe there was. I think Juicerom just outbraked himself there massively. So Vassman's got quite lucky with this, but as you can see, he's got a lot of that penalty to as well. Mr. Osaka, he's now down in 8th. There's Gossau and Gossau in their staying positions, but Vasselin Cox now got past online Cruiser on through the pit stops, and he's gained about 1 second. But Vasselin Cox, he's really not favouring well today. Down towards turn 1 then. Start of lap 16. 15 laps done. I pressed the wrong fucking button. There we go. Another penalty gain for Vassman there. He goes very wide. Juicerom, he's already cut himself onto the back of Vassman as well under a second. So Juicerom's at a flying lap. This is the difference between the mediums and the softs. So what it seemed like was Juicerom was doing near enough the same pace on one soft than Vassman was doing on mediums. So what's Vassman doing? The B&R boys, I'm confused about what the B&R boys are doing. Very good line through turn 9 there for Juicerom. He's right. He's right on the rear wheels of Vassman. He's looking for a move here, but he just can't quite find the spaces. Vassman, again, takes a bit more of the penalty. And just going to try and force his way down the inside here. And I think this is going to allow OTBC to close in a bit here. As Juice tries to find the gap around the outside, it's not going to quite work. Final braking zone then, turn 13. Not quite close enough. Through turn 14, they go. Now turn 15, the final turn. It's going to be a nice drag race here. He's half second in it, and then OTBC, he's also gained. He's closed his gap down by half. Is Juiceron going to be close enough? Think how we've seen it, I don't think he is going to be close enough down towards turn 1. But that gap is there, and now OTBC, these two battling, and at Juiceron's mistake, OTBC, he's going to try and fancy himself getting in here, and once Juiceron gets the clean air, he's going to do it. But if Vassman keeps defending this, OTBC might find himself looking for a lucky premature first place if this continues. Juiceron weaving about, trying to find a spot. He tries to go around the outside. Vassman takes a bit of a penalty and then goes very wide. Juiceron can't quite find the move down the inside. He had a chance there as Vassman went slow with his penalty. And the more these two battle it out, the more OTBC closes the gap now. This time last lap, it was only 1.5 seconds. But Vassman knows the minute Juiceron goes past, the minute that gap goes. And OTBC right on the back, he gets rid of the rest of his penalty as well, as he knows Juiceron's going to be held up here by Vassman, as Vassman's just not got grip on medium tyres, but he just can't find his way through. Next time round at turn 1, I believe it will happen, but Juiceron was OTBC. Juiceron, he might get himself a penalty there as well, and OTBC, he's going to try and capitalise on that mistake there by his teammate. And down towards turn 13, he's right into the back of Juiceron. And we could be seeing 3 wide in towards turn 1. OTBC is a lot closer to the back of Juiceron than Juiceron was to the back of Vassman. 2 Can-Am boys versus a B&R Racing boy. Into the turn, into the braking zone. There's 2 guys on softs are going to outdo them massively. But OTBC's right to the back of his teammate. This is for the near enough the provisional lead. Juiceron has the inside line. He's going to try and defend it. Vassman, Juiceron and OTBC go side by side. Vassman is very slow. He takes a bit more of his penalty. Juiceron's right to the back of Vassman though, and he's now trying to find a gap around the inside of turn 3. And now he does have the clean inside line. It's going to be a bit of a drag race here. But OTBC's now going to have a bit of a slipstream. Juiceron's finally got through into the braking zone. Vassman is a bit of a more straight line speed run, pulls ahead, but the inside line for Juiceron to go side by side. Juiceron gets it, and OTBC is trying to find himself a move as well. He's got the slipstream with his teammate, and OTBC with the inside line gets his way through as well. And OTBC is actually going to look for a move for the lead onto his teammate. He could have gone for a bit of launch, but doesn't want to take his teammate out. Bit of team order's going on here, but OTBC now has to find the pace to keep up with his teammate. That move there, going into turn 6, I believe, 7, sorry, might have actually been necessary, because now Juiceron has already pulled the gap out to a second. OTBC really needs to take that chance here to slow down Juiceron and get ahead of him. Because OTBC on pace is not really getting it, because he got onto the back of Juiceron by the battle between Juiceron and Vassman. But OTBC, let's quickly look at fuel. Juiceron saved a lot more fuel by being behind Vassman, so that's actually quite clever. But OTBC could have, if he went for the move there at turn 6 and 7, could have got past Vassman if he got past Juiceron, because Juiceron got past Vassman quite easily because of the tyres. But OTBC, we're not actually seeing OTBC have to defend much. OTBC just keeps his head down and he does what he does, and he gets the moves done and he goes along with it. But Juiceron is not putting out a bigger gap. He doesn't have the best exit from turn 3, and OTBC is going to close that gap down a bit. Staying in this slipstream range is what OTBC needs. We're approaching the halfway stage, and will Vassman pit now? This is where he pitted last time. We'll have to see. Through the middle sector they come, turn 8. OTBC is hanging in there on his teammate. He's closed that gap down to what it was last lap. He's gained 2/10 on Juiceron, but the exit that pulls ahead, and I think it might be a bit of back and forth. But Vassman, these mediums, no, he's already losing a lot of time here. These mediums weren't the players. We see further back, Online Cruiser, he's got past Vaslinkov, who, fun fact, is also on the mediums. These mediums are not the play. Why do these people keep going on to mediums? Div 1 and Div 2, anyone who's tried the mediums, it's not worked out. The soft is the better tyre, and it's really the only one to go for. If there's no tyre also, you have to go on something else. It is mandatory. Juiceron and OTBC. OTBC actually sticking quite close to Juiceron with this slipstream, and a good exit through the center S's, which he had last time. OTBC might fancy himself a move onto his teammate, which if OTBC could upset Juiceron here, the Can-Am Racing boys, they'll take the win. It's looking like we're only at the halfway stage here now. It's looking like the win will go to one of the Can-Am boys, but we actually don't know which one. We normally just go Juice ROM straight away. But OTBC right now, he's looking like he can stay with the pace of Juice ROM. And if he stays through the slipstream here, he's only 3/10. Is he going to be close enough into turn 6? Juice ROM defends the inside line. OTBC is taking more of the normal racing line, trying to get a bit of a better exit speed. And he actually is the inside line as Juice ROM goes very wide, and OTBC had a bit of a move, had a bit of a chance to look for a move there, but it's his teammate. He doesn't want to throw one onto the table. Vassman's really falling off the back here, and he is at risk of being swallowed up by Cruiser, who's got about 7 minutes of fuel left. So he will be pitting around about the 20-minute mark, but these mediums, what's the point? He's lost a lot of time on these mediums. On OTBC, he loses half second there through the middle sector on his teammate. So has he made a mistake somewhere, or is he just letting his teammate go? I don't think OTBC would let his teammate go though. I'm not sure. He's staying in the slipstream, which is good, which means he was going to be keeping on to the back of Juice ROM. I think Juice ROM's doing a lot of fuel saving as well for the middle sector. I mean, look at the fuel that Juice ROM's on. Juice ROM is going to literally go for a bit of splash of fuel at the end of it. So I think that's where Juice ROM's biggest gain is going to be. So I think Juice ROM's going to tease us a bit here. Juice ROM's going to let us think that OTBC is going to be able to stick to the back of it. Stick to the back of him. But Juice ROM is saving a lot of fuel here and trying to do a Ruben and just win it all in the pit stop. Because if he's literally spending 5 seconds on fuel whilst everyone else is spending 15, it's a 10-second gap going into the final 20 minutes. And we'll find out in around about 7 minutes time. Now we know the fuel can last longer than 20 minutes. So the interesting thing is, will OTBC pit a lap earlier than what the 20-minute mark would be and go for an undercut? Hope he doesn't come out in traffic, and if OTBC may try and just go for a quick hot lap and try and get past Juice ROM, because he knows Juice ROM sees Schrenger getting out the way there with the blue flags. If OTBC knows that Juice ROM's going to spend a lot less time in the pits with the fuel, is OTBC now thinking, should I undercut him? Do I go for the undercut and try and get the second back and maybe a second more than Juice ROM? Because I think that's the only way OTBC can win this now, is the undercut. Because if he gets ahead of Juice ROM's then going to be able to respond with the undercut. Because Juice ROM's going to be spending a lot less time in the pits when it comes to fuel. Vassman and Online Cruiser, their gap's been eaten up, and Vassman he's now fallen 10 seconds off the back of Cruiser. And Gossau goes very wide, but Gossau, these mediums have not been to play for the BNR Racing boys, and Gossau, he gets a penalty here, but Gossau, he's gone onto the softs, and this is brilliant from the American. Started 8th, he's got himself into 6th, and he's now looking at fighting for 5th here, as the Dutchman went onto the mediums, and it's just not the BNR Racing boys. Someone needs to tell them, someone at the top needs to tell these BNR Racing boys, stop going onto mediums, you're throwing away potential wins. Because these Can-Am Racing boys, come Team Championship, are going to just roar away with it. So, end of lap 22, Juice ROM, he leads. He's not led all of the race, but he's led most of the race. And it's not necessarily been the easiest one for him. His teammate is keeping him on. I think OTBC is keeping Juice honest, but Juice on his fuel. Big difference between first and second. OTBC is going to be near enough, going to have to refuel fully. And Juice ROM's going to be taking half a tank. That is 50% less fuel that Juice ROM is going to be taking, which is impressive. Gossau, he's actually got Pasta to go side by side into turn 1. And Vasilinkov has no response as the mediums just don't have the grip compared to these are worn softs and just doesn't seem to have the grip, as I don't think Gossow's going to be able to last 3 more laps to the normal pit window. Looking at his fuel. Oh, excuse me. Right. I think I'm back. The gap closes between Juicerom and OTBC, but again, Juicerom, we know Juicerom's not full throttle here. OTBC's got right onto the back of Juicerom, and this seems to be where OTBC is actually closest, and Juicerom is going to be doing a lot of fuel saving. Is OTBC going to be close enough for a move? You see him move to the right hand side there, but you just can't really go for the dive bomb that you could in an F1 car through here. And looking for that move and not sticking to the racing line, he does lose a fair bit of time. As Juicerom, you know, pulls a bit of a gap, and if OTBC just sticks to the back of him, it would be fine. But will OTBC respond? I think a clever thing for OTBC to do would pit this lap and go for a big undercut on Juicerom. Spend less time in the pits with fuel, go for the undercut, have the fresh rubber. That would be what I'd do. But is OTBC thinking that? No, it goes past the pits and I think it's just going for the normal strategy. But I would 100% be contemplating undercutting your teammate here, because Juicerom's going to be gaining a lot more time in pits on fuel. I mean, Vassman, he pits finally, thank God. Online Cruiser is going to now go past. Vassman's very low on fuel. As Gossow, he's going to have to pit this lap as well, as he dives right into the pits. And he's not going to be able to get Vassman. But those mediums have really cost Vassman the race. And if I was Vasilinkov, I'd be in the pits as well. Vasilinkov, he's in 4th. He's going to be pitting next time around, I believe. But these mediums shouldn't be working as OTBC again. Same section of the track, turn 6. He's very close onto the back of Juicerom. So fuel saving plus not seeming to be strong through there is not working out well. But again, through the rest of it, Juicerom, he pulls a lot of time out. And OTBC just not close enough maybe to go for a move. So is OTBC gonna pit or is he gonna go for the move? Because it's gonna be a confidence booster if you can get past Juicerom, but at the same time it's gonna be, what's the point? There's no need to pull away from Vassman. There is no need to really pull away from Vassman here. As OTBC is actually very close onto the back of Juicerom. He tries to go, he's going to have to go around the outside here. Juicerom defends the inside. OTBC's into the lead and Juice lets him go through without really much of a fight. OTBC now going to have the inside line through turn 2 and they hit. They push each other wide. Juicerom just about gets it done on the inside line, but OTBC is going to be drag racing him into the lead. And OTBC is now into the lead. Juicerom's going to have to... Juicerom tries to tuck back into the slipstream, but catches his teammate a bit, and it's going to cost his momentum a bit. And OTBC leads the race for the first time. OTBC leads the race for the first time ever. As he goes very wide, then that's going to be a big penalty. And I don't think this lead's going to last long as they run down towards turn 6. Juicerom's going to try and go to the inside line. Goes through. Well, OTBC, his lead was short-lived, and these two are probably going to pit next to each other. No team orders at Can-Am Racing. Well, these two are just having a bit of fun here, because Cruiser, the gap between them and Cruiser's very is quite substantial. Vaslincock, he's going to pit and get off those mediums finally. And well, the Can-Am Racing boys giving us a bit of entertainment here. When the BNR Racing boys have near enough put us to sleep, the closest competition to these two, Vassman and Vaslincock, Nova in the running for second in the championship when it comes to OTBC and Juice Realm. So why are they gonna go and try and do a funky strategy which won't work? OTBC then, he goes to the pits, Juice Realm stays out, so OTBC will be undercutting his teammate. So Juice Realm, as he goes past Vista Mephi, he's going to really have to put his foot down and close the gap. Online Cruiser, he's also into the pits, so those two are looking to gain some time on Juice Realm with the undercut. Juice Realm's probably going to... If Juice Realm burns the rest of his fuel out here, he's going to lose a fair bit of time. Because burning the rest of your fuel out, you're going to be refueling more than you want to. And the others are going to be gaining at least a second a lap with the fresher rubber. But where do they come out? Mr. Osaka, he's also into the pits then. OTBC, he's going to come out and clean air. So OTBC now, he needs to put his foot down. He doesn't refuel fully, but he's going to need to put his foot down here. And just get as fast... He needs to get some fast laps in. He needs to do... Until Juice Realm pits... quali-like laps to really gain on Juice here. As will Juice respond to the pit stops with a pit, which is the right thing to do. You don't want to let the undercut, because the more you go on, the more the undercut gets, the more the advantage of the undercut works. And he's not aiming for the inside line like he was last time. So is he going to pit? No, he goes around again. So he's going to really look to burn out the rest of his fuel here. So, a 1:55.4. He's 4 seconds off his best. He's losing a lot of time, and you see Vista Mephi is quite close to the back there of Juice Realm, as he was able to stick with him. OTBC, despite pitting, what's his lap going to be like? We'll find out as he comes round the final two turns, turn 14 and 15. Slight little kinks flat out of the number 22 Can-Am Racing car then. How much time's he gained on his teammate? He has pitted. Not for honk, he then pits. It is a lot quicker lap for OTBC. This is the real lap. The first flying lap for OTBC is really going to be crucial. Now, will Juice pit? Because Juice is losing like 4 seconds here. The 4 seconds that Juice is losing... Because if Juice is losing 4 seconds a lap, that is... So 2 laps of losing 4 seconds. If you lose 8 seconds, that is all the fuel you would be that's the time you'd be gaining in the fuel, I believe. Gone. So, he's already 2 seconds down as they come through the final turn. He's going to need a good exit. Will Juice Realm pit? He's still got another lap of fuel left. So, will Juice stay out more? And if he stays out, he's going to really be impeded. And again, the wide line, I don't think he is. No, Juice Realm goes round again, so... What's the lap time? A 34 flat. OTBC, he's got past Vassman. Let's see what lap time it's going to be for OTBC. He's going to really... He needs his foot down, he needs to be getting some laps in here. As he's improving on his best, he's going green. If he goes green here, it's going to be a massive gain. 34 seconds, we can now actually see the gap between them close down. As OTBC might have actually had a really good strategy here to defend from his teammates. He comes round the final turn, across the line. It's 2 seconds he gains there, near enough. Maybe 3 seconds. So this time this undercut is really working for OTBC. Come the end, it's going to be easier for Juice Realm to overtake. But the longer Juice Realm stays out on these 1 tyres, the more OTBC is going to be gaining. And it doesn't look like he's gaining much now through the long straights in the first sector. But what's going to be crucial is definitely through the middle sector. As Kavak finally pits off of his mediums, I don't know what he was thinking on them.
But through the middle sector, the technical bit, this is really important in qualifying here. How much time will OTBC actually gain? And will Juicron be pitting as well? As yes, he's now got a red light. Will he go out again though? Because he may be able to go again. He's tucking inside though, and Juicron finally pits. 34 seconds. OTBC has gained at least 6 seconds on an undercut, but how much time will be gained in the pits? An online cruiser, he's run to the back of Vassman. An online cruiser could actually be fancying himself a podium here. And Vassman's gone on to mediums again! What is Vassman thinking on these mediums? Does he think... He just doesn't have the grip, does he? Juicron pulls into the pits. Tyres are off. Fresh one's on. Fuel goes into the car. And Juicron, and OTBC, I believe, is going to take the lead here. Juicron, he's coming out, but you see his teammates side by side. OTBC's going to have this done. OTBC's going to have at least a second lead as well on his teammate. Juicron's quite slow as well through there. An online cruiser's now got himself into third as Vassman goes very deep. And why has the Ukrainian gone on to mediums? An OTBC 2.5 second lead with 13 minutes to go. He's going to be fancying himself a win here. He'll be the first ever Brit to win a GTEL race. And we will love him for it. And Vassman, this is not a good day. Everyone at BNR Racing should be ashamed because Vassman's thrown away a podium here as Online Cruiser already bridged a massive gap. As OTBC gets rid of the rest of his penalty, but Juicron's already found a second on him. Gaining's one thing, but passing's another. And Juicron, he's already gained a second, but OTBC, is he gonna let Juicron close the gap here a bit and then just hope he's got the better tyres and then go past? I don't know. I think Juicron's just about in the slipstream range and it's gonna be close between these two. Saving it till the last 10 minutes to bring us some excitement, but OTBC, he's in the legit lead and Online Cruiser, he's run for his first podium. And Vassman, if he can find a second a lap, or a second a minute, Gossau could actually be looking at a 4th place, which will be his best result yet. But OTBC's lost a lot of time through there. But BNR Racing, this is not a good day for them, but Gossau, 8th to 5th so far, this is a brilliant run for him. Online Cruiser, he's also had a good day. Vassman, he's going to be screaming. I don't know what he was thinking about this strategy here. It's not really worked out. Juicron, he's really cutting the corner there. I mean, it's in the track limits. But Juicron, he's closing right to the back of his teammate, and OTBC's not going to let this one go easy. And we've seen going down on the run towards turn 1 and turn 4, the slipstream and the power, you're not actually gaining much, so you really do need to focus on your exit. Let's see what exit Juicron gets here. Through the final turn, the first chance of overtaking we'll get. Through turn 14 and the kinks at 14 and 15. OTBC, he'll be defending that inside line with his life as Juicron closes down the gap on his teammate. OTBC pulls to the outside line. Juicron's not quite close enough. He forces Juicron to go right round the outside. Juicron breaks. He knows he's going to have to go off track and he's not going to make it, but OTBC goes deep defending that line. And Juicron's going to have a really good exit here as OTBC. Why did you go so deep there? That's very questionable. That's what she said. That's not that good. But OTBC does defend a move on. He's going to have enough. He's going to have enough of a gap into turn 4 that he'll be able to defend it. But deep like that, when he wasn't even going for the move, that wasn't the best. But turn 6, this is where Juicron retook the lead last time OTBC was leading. 10 minutes to go. Will OTBC be able to hold off his teammate for this long? I don't know. So poor exit from OTBC, and Juice closes right onto the back of him, but he's not really going to be able to go for an overtaking move into turn 8, I believe, here. As I say, that down the inside, Juice sends it. OTBC has no response. That caught me off guard as much as it caught OTBC off guard, and now Juice fresh rubber, he's just going to fly into the distance, I believe, here. What was OTBC doing here? And OTBC might have just thrown away the win here. With that questionable move, but he's tucked right into the slipstream. It's under a 10 before he even reached the pit lane. It's the inside line for OTBC, and he's going to retake that move as soon as I say that. Juice tucks into the slipstream. He's going to look to go back at this. He's going to have the inside line as OTBC just doesn't cover the inside line. He doesn't go as deep as he did last time. He pretty much nails the apex, but he doesn't really bother covering the inside line. Maybe he knows his teammate's not close enough. But the more these two battle, online cruiser, is he going to maybe think about getting it back? Gossau is not closing the gap between Vassman, so fourth might be safe for Vassman, but no podiums for the BNR boys. But for the Can-Am Racing boys, they're going to get a 1-2, but who's going to be where? We don't know yet. Is it going to be OTBC or is it going to be Juice? This is where Juice got the move done last time, I believe. No, it was turn 10. But we'll have to find out next time round. OTBC does cover the inside. I'm going to try and make Juice go around the outside this time. Not really going to fall for that, but OTBC goes very deep, but he will have the inside line for the next turn. So Juice doesn't really have the run that he should have into turn 13. Is he going to look for the move? Oh, Juice actually does. And there's a bit of contact. OTBC gets pushed wide there by Juice when OTBC again. He's making it too easy for Juice it's too easy for Juice to go through here. As OTBC really doesn't have an answer, but the gap again is closing down. Juice going to really defend the inside line, unlike what OTBC is doing. And Juice seems to have the better defensive game and the attacking game. But round the outside, OTBC goes. This is going to be a brilliant move. Late on the brakes, brilliant move by the brick. He gets back at the lead, and well, neither of them have an answer. OTBC, well, neither of them have an answer to anything that they do. This is brilliant stuff. As OTBC catches the curb, he just about saves it. But now Juice going to have a really big chance at the run of it. He's going to have to go around the outside, so OTBC is probably going to get it back on the inside line. Shorter run, but no, Juice actually got the better speed, and OTBC is going to be cursing that they caught that curb. Well, he's now going to be stuck on the back foot trying to go around where Juice has been thriving through this middle sector getting through. And OTBC hasn't. And now Juice through the bit where you gain the most time, he's now in the lead. And that's not good for OTBC. This is not good stuff. As he comes through turn 13. Look at the time that's already been pulled out there by Juice. And once Juice is ahead through that middle sector, it's done. OTBC's been good as he's been able to hold him off through the middle sector, and Juice not been able to show the pace he's been having through the middle sector. But now OTBC, he's really thrown it away there, catching the curb, and he's going to have to now keep his composure for the next 6 minutes and try and close the second that Juice already pulled out. It's a good run through the center S's, but it's an even better run through from Juice, and I think that move there, OTBC's thrown away the win. Down towards turn 4, he's not gaining. Yeah, OTBC, I'm not unless Juice makes a mistake, I'm not confident he's done much. As now is going to be preying on a mistake by Juice. He's going to have to have a flying middle sector, but Juice so quick through the middle sector. Approaching the 5 minute to go mark, and Juice now is ahead through the middle sector. He's just pulling away, and OTBC has no response. Letting him go was not a good idea. Not at all. So it's looking like it could be a very... It's seeming to be a bit of an anticlimactic end to the race. But if OTBC was a bit more cautious, he would have and just chose the inside line, he might have just had that. So I think the podium positions are pretty much certain. Gossau, he's gaining on... No, he isn't actually gaining on Vassman. So OTBC is going to be cursing the data callback curb. Sorry about going quiet, but I'm currently in a lot of pain, so we will be leaving straight after this race. I'm thinking over grid order, but I will be gone as soon as this goes, because I'm actually in a lot of pain right now. So I think Justrom's now got this one in the bag with, it will come across the line with 3 laps to go. He'll be able to get 3 laps out of this. And OTBC's really got to be thinking, what if he didn't catch that curb? I'm going to let everyone save the replay, but I'm going to be ending the stream. So this is going to... Gossau! Just to add insult to injury here. Well, it's not been a perfect day for the Can-Am Racing boys. As Gossau, he's now had to go into the pits and he's going to have to take a bit of fuel. And Gossau, he's now losing out. Gossau may not even score here. I think he's going to actually be fine from Vaslincock. Sorry, from Kavuk, but... Well, Gossau, he's now let Mr. Osaka pass, as Gossau's not been very good on his fuel today. So it's looking like a very good race for him, has now turned poorly for the Can-Am Racing lad. And Vaslincock is going to be gaining an extra handful of points, so he's going to be grateful for that, but it's not many. But overall, it's not been a good day in the office for these lot. Vaslincock's actually right onto the back of Noffelhonk here. And Noffelhonk's got, well, a minute to go. Last lap then. Vaslincock, Noffelhonk's got a second penalty to serve. And whilst I was... No, my mic's not off. I'm in a lot of pain when it comes to speaking, so... I'm trying not to. But Noffelhonk's, he's got a second penalty to serve, and Vaslincock, he's now right onto the back of him, so Vaslincock could try and grab 6th here. Noffelhonk 5th would be his best position would be his best finish of the season. But he's going to need to find a second before the line. And he's going to hope Vaslincock has a bit of a mistake here. He's going to try and go round the outside, I believe. No, he's not going to be close enough. As Noffelhonk just parks the bus, he only loses about 1/10 of that penalty. He needs to get a bit more gone. As Vaslincock, if he just sits here, he will be more than done. So Juice Rome, actually, he well, that'll be the win for Juicron. Was anyone else further back? OTBC, he's gonna come. No, OTBC got along across the line just in time as well. So Online Cruiser, he comes around the final turn. He'll be the first to take the checkered flag. He comes across the line, gets his maiden podium. Vassman, what are you thinking? He not only lost the chance at the win and second, going on to the mediums, the first stop. Vassman then went on to mediums after they didn't work in the second stint, and then lost out on the podium entirely. And now Noffelhonk does he have a big enough gap to Vaslinkok? I think Vaslinkok is just going to get it by a skin of his teeth, and he does. Noffelhonk didn't get enough of his penalty gone, and Mr. Osaka, he's going to go through. He's going to take some points in his debut. Fister Mephi, he's also taken the checker. And it's dead last for Shrengu. The only thing that's stopping this man from winning as he comes is he's got 2 turns to go. Round the final 2 turns then. Turn 15, Juicron, 3 wins from 4 races. It was a bit of an anticlimactic finish in the end for the Canadian. OTBC is going to be wondering what happened. What if I didn't do that? OTBC could have challenged for the race win there. But there's the final results. Everyone a lap down other than OTBC. It's a brilliant run from those 2 Can-Am boys. Unstoppable. Congratulations, Juicron. He'll be taking home another straight 18 points. Well done, everyone. Congratulations, Juice, OTBC, and Online Cruiser. I've been in, and thank you all for joining me. And I will see you all tomorrow for round 7 of the division.